Okay, so this is the next video in our continuation of our AWS series. And in this video, we will again look on the EC2 service only, but few extra option. So in the EC2, we will look about the volumes. What are the EBS volume? What are the instance store volumes? So first click on the EC2. So whenever you create any EC2 instance, like it uh, it asks for some storage option, and here as well, like we already see like how to create the EBS store volume. All right, so this is the elastic block store, but EC2 provide two type of storage option. One is the EBS, one is the instance store, right? So EBS is elastic block storage, and instance storage also the one of the type of the storage option, you can say. So okay, we already see in the EBS like what is EBS, how to attach the EBS, how to create the image. We can like launch the instance. So let's focus on the EBS first. So just a quick review. So if we click on the instances, and if we click on the launch instance, we could see a lot of images, and in the images we could see the root type devices EBS, right? And if you scroll down, root type devices EBS. So it means if you launch this image, if you launch the EC2 instance using this image, the root type device will remain as the EBS, right? So let's click on the selector and select the free tier T2.micro. Click on the instance detail, leave everything as is. Now come to the like storage option. Now we have the storage option. So here we can add our additional volume. So what two options AWS is provided? One is the EBS, one is the instance store. But so here root type is EBS, right? Because AMI images we have already seen. But if we add additional new volume in the drop down, we only see the EBS type. But as per like a document, it said that is AWS EC2 provide two type of options. One is the EBS, one is the instance store. But here we are only able to see the like EBS option, not the instance store option. Okay, so like why these like two terms come into the picture, and like what are their use case? So EBS is basically a network device, network drive. All right, so it doesn't have any like good performance, not a very good performance. So on like both has own advantage and disadvantage. So it doesn't have very like good performance. So good performance means whenever we have to perform like input output operations, so EBS is not a good option. Instance store has a very high input output operations. So if we have to perform input output operation, then we are go with the instance store. But here we are unable to see the instance store option. Like we will see like just after a few seconds. Okay, then like okay, this is the like option difference. Then the another difference is operation. Okay, leave the spelling operation. Yeah, the other difference is the EBS type. Like if you click on the if you create an EC2 star with the EBS storage, here we have the option delete on the termination, and it's up to us whether you want to delete the extra volume on the termination of the EC2 instance or not. So EBS generally used as a long-term storage. So even if you terminate the EC2 instance, even if you unchecked this, right, then the EBS volume will not get like terminated, and whatever the data we have stored, it will be available on our EBS volume. But on the other side, instance store are ephemeral. Ephemeral means as soon as the EC2 instance get terminated, we have lost all our data of the like instance store. So that's why generally we have prefer EBS volume if we have to store our data for the longer term. But if we have to perform a temporary operation, let's suppose in our big data, we have to process a large number of files. So if we process the large number of files, if we go with the EBS, it will take a lot of time because it has very low performance, input output performance, because it is a network drive. So if we have to perform only like a temporary operation, like we have to read a large number of our files and we have to process it, and then we are storing it somewhere in maybe in some another RDS database or anywhere, then we can go with the instance store option, because we know we are not storing any other files on the instance store, but we are using this option only for the input output operation. So these are ephemeral. So both have their own advantage and the disadvantage. But how to, okay, we know how to attach the EBS volume with the EC2 instance, but how to attach the instance store? So we will see. Okay, let me remove this. So if I go to the next and go to the security group, so let me launch the EC2 instance as normal, using the EBS as a root volume. So I'm launching the instance. So it's a normal thing, nothing related with the instance store. It's a normal like instance only. So let's wait for a few seconds. It will like get up and running within a few minutes. Even if you go to the storage, so here you can see root device type is the EBS. It is not the instance store, because when we have selected the when we launch the EC2 instance, so when we launch the EC2 instance, we select this image, right? And as part of this image, root device type is EBS only. Okay, so let's see if our instance is up and running. So our instance is up and running. So if you right click on it, if you try to create an image, so we know how to create an AMI image. From this, we have to right click on it. We go to the image and template. We can click on the create image. And here again, we have the option to add the volume. If you click on the add volume, and in the drop down, now we can see the other option. One is the EBS, one is the instance store option. So basically, AWS provide two type of storage. One is the EBS, one is the instance store. So one option is this, like here we can see our like instance store option. Okay. So let me cancel it. I don't want to create an AMI image. I just want to show you. And what is the like the other option? So let's suppose if I want to use the same AMI image, but if I want to attach additional instance store, so let me stop this. So this will be like stopped in a few seconds. That's okay. So let me create a new launch instance. So I will use the same AMI image, which has the root device type is EBS, but the root device type is EBS. So let me select it. Now, what I want is, because if I go with the T2.micro, I could see if I have to attach additional volumes. As part of the additional volume, I can attach only EBS volumes, right? I can't attach the instance store volumes. So if I have to, if there is a requirement to attach the instance store volume as an additional volume, so what is the option? So not all device types, instance types provide the like instance store. So there are few options. So one is the, I think, R5AD. So these yeah, so these are the option like R5AD. So if we go with the, let's suppose R5AD 2x large or even 4x large, so if I select this instance details and make sure like this is not the free tier. So if you spin up the EC2 instance using the R5AD rather than the T2.micro, you have to pay. Okay, so if I go to the add storage, so I could see now two options are here. One is the root is the EBS, because our AMI image is that image which has the root type as the EBS. But I could see another instance, because I just only change the instance type, and by default I am here only here the ephemeral 0. So this ephemeral 0 is our instance store, because instance stores are ephemeral in nature. Ephemeral means as soon as I terminate the EC2 instance, this will also get terminated. Whatever the data it gets stored onto the on this device, it will get terminated. All right. So one option is this, like say if you want to use this, so use particular image with the root type as the EBS. So you have to go with those instance type options. basically like CPU configuration options which provide the instance store. So R5AD so is one of the, but it is a paid. So we will not like, because we are using only free tier, we will not launch this, because nothing is like, it will launch as a same option, but under the storage section we will only we will see one is a root and one is a verbal zero option. So let's cancel it. Okay, this gets stopped, so let me terminate it. Okay, and let's see one more option. So if you click on the launch instance, so here you could see root device type as EBS. So is there any image which support root device type as the like instance store? So yes, if you go to the community AMI, under the community AMI, you could see we have some different, like if you go to the quick start, I could not see here like a filter option. But if you go to the community AMI, I could see like filter option, whether you want which image you want. So if you scroll down, and here you have the option root device type. So here root device type is EBS. But if I want root device type itself as an instance store, so if you click on the instance store, I could see only those AMI image whose root device type is instance store. So let's select any one of the image, but make sure this is not covered under the free tier. And as soon as I select the instance store, so you could see all these options are disabled, because as I told you, if we have to use the instance store, only few instance families provide us this facility. So if you scroll down, I could see d2.x.large is one of the like can provide the instance store facility. If you go to next, go to next. So here I could see as a volume type is instance store, right? So here the image which I have selected is the root image. The root image itself supported us as a instance store. So here now I in the drop down I could see the instance store, but I can't add the additional volumes, right? So and here you could see the size is very huge, 2048 2048, even for the basic type, basic instance family. So yeah, this in this video I only like tell you what are the two options which EC2 provided as a storage. So one is the EBS, one is the instance store. So EBS is for the long-term storage, but it has very low performance. It doesn't have any like high input output performance, but instance store has very high input output performance, but it is ephemeral in nature. Okay, so let's cancel it. And one more thing I want to tell you. So if you click, let's suppose you have like create the EC2 instance with the instance store as an option. So if I created the EC2 instance with the EBS as an option, then I can like stop the instance. I can like right now it is terminated. That's why I'm unable to these options like store like stop the instance. All right. So if we select any EC2 instance which is up and running and that supported EBS, then we can see stop instance, start instance, reboot instance option. But if we spin up the EC2 instance which support instance store as an option, then in that case we will not able to see the stop instance and the start instance option. We only able to see the terminate instance option. Okay, so this is where like and also like whenever you spin up any EC2 machine and with the additional EBS volume, so you can see like under the EBS under the volumes, here we can see the additional EBS volumes. But if you spin up EC2 instance with the instance store which is ephemeral in nature, you can't see those volume under the EBS section. Even we can't see those volume. Okay, so that's the end of the video. So in this video we just want to cover like what are the different option as a volume option. One is the EBS, one is the EC2 instance, and if we want to spin up, how we can spin up. So we already see multiple ways to spin up, and what are their use case, what are their advantage and disadvantage. So use cases like if you have to process like big data files, then we can go with the instance store. Okay, so we have seen their use cases as well. So yeah, so that's the end of the video. Thank you. So yeah, one more thing, like if you are using as a free tier, so make sure you can't use as a free tier as an instance store. So be careful. If you want to pay and you want to just give it a try, then you are happy to go with the instance store. But like just an EC2 instance, nothing like that. Was just an additional storage will be attached with it. All right, and you will able to see that additional storage under the storage section. So right now under the storage section, I could see only EBS here volume ID as root EBS. There you will see like two options. One is the formal and one is the EBS if you have the EBS attached. So if you want to play, just keep in mind like you have to pay for it because it is not the free tier. Okay, so yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you.